I think she's perfect. Okay, so that's the team. That's the team. Dante, mid-size sedan. I mean, she does kind of shoot things eventually. Correct. The Joker 2019. Nile, the Grand Duke, and Adam Driver. Oh yeah, the dinosaurs look shit garbage. I mean, like, are we ever gonna get dinosaurs right? Cause like, we weren't around. We don't know for certain what they look like. We're close, but we'll never really know. No, but I hate that people use it to genuinely argue against things we have direct evidence of and damage progress. Yeah. Yeah, you right. Okay, so we are here. EG Raptors have fucking feathers. We have known this since the 90s. Yeah, but like, if you're the creative director of a film and you're like, if your vision does not include raptors with feathers, fuck creative directors, fuck your vision. Oof. Mad, mad. I care a lot about paleontology. No, I get it. I get it. All right. Let's figure out what's going on here. I think the gym challenge here is lazy if I remember right. It's literally just like, oh, go fight some other people. Oh, look, it's Jacques. Oh yeah, this one sucks. How goes your treasure hunt? Figure out what you're hunting for yet? Stranger danger. What if you could mace people? What if in Pokemon they just gave you mace? This guy's alright. This teacher's alright. This is the guy you go to, I'm pretty sure, for completing the Pokedex. Many students choose to make the gym circuit. I mean, like, they give you fire-breathing reptiles. Dragons are pretty cool. Fire-breathing reptiles, you say? Make sure you know your homeroom teacher's got your back. Is that who you are? I haven't been to school the entire time I've been playing this game. Is that what... Who are you? Lucky egg. Item to be held by a Pokemon. Egg filled with happiness earns the holder. I'm giving that straight to Dreepy. Dreepy needs to catch up. I don't think anyone who played this went back for school. I heard the school gives you lots of cool items and stuff. Like, I heard it's just some, like, trivia mini games or something where it's like, oh, if you can tell me, it gives you some cool stuff. I do know you have to go back to school for some of the end game stuff. It's like, oh, this boss fight is gonna be like on top of the school. You have to go up there. When I was super into this game, I did them for completionism. I completed the Pokedex, and that was about it. I played Scarlet on release, and I completed the Pokedex for Scarlet. Which is why, when I decided to play this for stream, I am playing Violet instead, because I'm not deleting my Scarlet save. You can't make me. Okay, bag. Where is egg? Let's just get all this out of the way. Boop, boop, boop. I did Pokedex, shiny hunting, did most of the school stuff. I am garbage with shinies. I've never caught a shiny. I've been given shinies. I was given a shiny Espeon once. That was cool. I think that shiny Espeon is in my Pokemon Home account. I think I lifted it from Sword and Shield. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Lucky egg. Okay, give to a Pokemon, I guess is what I meant. Found a bunch of shinies in this game. I found 6 shinies Violuses because I was hunting for Roaring Moon. Were you hunting for Roaring Moon or a shiny Roaring Moon? Do they make shinies of the Paradox Pokemons? Shiny Roaring Moon? Okay. I was having a hard time just finding Roaring Moon, if I'm being honest. Also had 2 or 3 shiny Fluttermane from the glitch. Welcome to Alfornada Gym. Register you as a challenger. Also got shiny Grimmsnarl. He's cool. Yeah, I like the, just because a lot of shinies tend to end up green, um, they swapped the palette for Grimmsnarl, right? Isn't Grimmsnarl pink? Random shiny Numel and Kufont when I was playing through the game. Yo, a shiny Numel would be sick. He's white and pinky red. I'm not gonna lie, this is something I think about often. Fire designs for Pokemon, in my opinion, peaked really early. Gen 2 and Gen 3 had some of the best fire designs, at least in my opinion, and I can't get it out of my head. Camerupt, Torkoal, Slugma, Magcargo. I love these Pokemon. Like, Magcargo is one of my favorite Pokemon designs, full stop, and I don't know why. They're very cool. Yeah, I like Typhlosion a lot. Yeah! I'm not a fire starter kind of guy, but, like, Gen 2 starters go hard. Okay, Gym Leader Tulip, Alfornada Gym, special kind of exercise, Emotional Spectrum. Blaziken 2, I love that it's literally wearing flares as a fire type. I think Blaziken's my least favorite of the Gen 3 starters, but I agree it's a good... Blaziken is one of the few lines that has a legitimately good middle evolution, I would say. Like, I feel like a lot of Pokemon can get middle evolutions wrong, like... Yeah, Cockbustin. Good old Cockbustin. Completed past... Okay, whatever this emotional spectrum thing is. The woman wearing the black tracksuit in the practice area will explain the rules to you. Find the practice area right next door. It's just graffiti penis shaped. It is. No, I've seen the peeled Pokemon post. I've seen the peeled Pokemon post. I mean, I like Palkia, so. Palkia. What is some other unfortunately shaped? How do we feel about the veins on the Conkeldurr line? Osu. Welcome, new kid. We're here. Emotional spectrum test. They make me uncomfortable. Uncomfy Pokemon hours. God forbid. Pokemon Gym instructor. I've been friends since we were kids. Just kind of don't think about him. Like Reshram's pointy pubic hair. You're really making me do this. It's a very specific. And Beartick's bush. Yeah, that I know what you're talking about. Hang on. You're making me look at a particular part of Reshiram I don't look at. Reshiram. I never noticed that. Just because the official art also has the leg right there. That is extremely unfortunate. That is extremely unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, you see her face? That's kind of how I feel. Ugh, alright. Ugh. Decided to have a Pokemon battle with special rules. The loser has to do what the winner says. Never mind what happened. Point is, yeah, I don't... Dendra? I don't care. I like Reshiram a lot, too. I like the Gen... I think the Gen 5 dragons are cool. I like Kyurem. I think Gen 5 legendaries are really hit and miss, because wasn't the Gen 5 group also the genies? Landorus, Thundurus, the other one? Wasn't that also Gen 5? Just throw a mirror at them and they look better. Therian forms. Ah. Show you a certain movement. All you have to do is copy it. Hope your body and mind are ready for the challenge. Okay, sure. Show me an eruption of emotions. How about no? No. Buffman and clouds. Okay, what is happening? Are we doing aerobics with Metacham? Where's my Pokemon? Oh, Dreepy's with me. Okay. Oh, that's right. Now I remember this mini game. I see. I forgot about this mini game because this is fucking nothing. Simon says buffoonery. Can I keep? No, no, I fucked up. Do I just keep doing it over and over again? Dreepy is so cute, though. Dreepy very cute. I don't think it matters if you fuck up. That sounds about right. It doesn't matter if you fuck up. That seems to be like the Pokemon philosophy. Even when designing Pokemon, it doesn't matter if you fuck up. Can't stop grinning. Just give me the Pokemon battle. Oh, this is a child. I'm gonna drop kick this child. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, excuse me. Ow. Oh. Oh. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Uh-huh. Level 43. That explains it. No, not my special defense. I can't believe that child and her pet goth kid just drop kicked you. Now look here. Now look here. Oh goody gumdrops. Mid-sized sedan fell asleep. Well, time to tuck mid-sized sedan into bed. Let's just bring him back. Oh, this is gonna kill me. No? Okay. There we go. Oh, Curlia? We should be fine with Spirit Shackle. This child and her pet children. Something about this feels illegal. I'll let you know when it comes to me. Getting tired, gotta hang in there, time to start the second half. This garbage. Bam bam. Decidui. Oh yeah, Adam Driver got murdered by a goth kid, right. Yeah, so now, the Grand Duke is here with us. I think it's cool that they have the animations for, Decidui, even though Decidui is not in, like, the base decks. That's fun. Adam Driver is fucking dead. That was perfect. I almost track of who was teaching who. Was that about lactic acid? This old man's got lactic acid. Not to rain on the parade, because they had these animations from Sun and Moon. Yeah, but my point being that, like, they didn't have to... It could have just been, like, a static Decidui that just kind of looks around and doesn't do anything, but they mapped the pre-existing animations to the button prompts. Raphael sent out Grump Pig. But they need those animations for Pokemon washing? Whatever the feature is. Pokemonami? What was that? I don't know. Oh boy, indeedy. It doesn't affect indeedy? I'm fucked. No. No. A razor leaf? Avoided the attack? God damn it. I wasn't going to tell you about the normal psychic types. Guess I'll kill myself. The thing is, I just don't know every Pokemon's typing. They'll do it for you. They'll do it for me. Yeah. The Joker 2019 used Payback. It's super effective. Not psychic. Oh yeah, poison. Poison? Is that what just happened? Yeah, okay. Fuck, Dante time. Yeah. Annihilate and Gengar are the ones I'm really gonna have to keep out of this gym. Oh, your Gengar has a lot of physical moves. It happens. Oh well. What do you mean it outspeeds? Why did I get priority the first time? What do you mean indeed he outspeeds? Whatever gets me there. Oh, I did. Raphael has a third Pokemon? I tried to get its special moves because it's much higher than its physical. It learns things like Thunderbolt, which is cool and useful coverage. Yeah. I just haven't leveled up Gengar far enough to get Thunderbolt. I know what you're talking about, though. I'm definitely going to teach it Thunderbolt because I don't have any electric moves in my party's move pool, so all we can do is just keep Annihilate. Maybe check the TMs you can make. I've never checked the TM machine. The TM machine's not real. You can also relearn moves from the menu. That's cool. Personally, I think the TM machine is fake, not real, and garbage, so... Rage Fist. Son of a bitch. Look, I'm not like the optimal player. We'll figure this out. We're gonna get there. Oh, I don't like how you just keep doing that. There we go. Easy clap. Easy win. Don't know what you're talking about. We destroyed it. Nothing grows faster than a growing kid like you. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up, Raphael. Made it all the way through the ESP exercise, passed the test, no doubt about it. Spent over the Loudy staffed by the double report passing, finished the gym test. Alright. I think I want some levels. What if I go out into the wild here and kill some stuff? Come on, there's got to be like an Esprath out here I can kill for lots of XP. What's that? Not a clef key. Gothatel or Gotharita? Gotharita. Sinisty. Oh, I guess I'm fighting a Sinisty. Pokemon Trader. Hey, the Pokemon Trader. Welcome to chat. You don't gotta worry about being optimal, just stuff might make it a little easier. Nah. Oh. Might make life a little easier. Oh. Well, I don't know, you're talking about my life is pretty easy right now. I think I'm fucking killing it. The... Well, let's go get Dreepy back. Fuck. These wild Pokemon, though, are like mid 40s. That's good levels for good XP. Okay, just like do that. It'll be fine. It'll be completely fine and cool and fine. And we can go fight this Sinisty. And do what we did before. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Sinisty is so funny. He's a little cup guy. I do like Sinisty and Poltegeist. Silly little cuppas. It's just, you know, fucking impossible to evolve. It's fine. Some of my favorite designs, I just hate trying to evolve. What are you, Bombardier? What can I kill you with? Oh, that's a good sign. Oh, I super hate that. I super hate that. Yeah. No. So Bombardier's a dark type. And that is my major issue with Gen 9. It's hard to tell what the types are just by looking at them. You know, if you don't have all of them memorized, like Flamigo being a fighting type is the dumbest thing ever. Bombardier as like a flying dark type, they should have leaned into that a little bit more. I love Flamingo here, no bad words about it. Flamingo's a funny little guy. I like Flamingo. Flamingo's just a funny little guy. They should have made Flamingo look more like a fighting type. Because just looking at Flamingo, I'm like, I don't know, normal. I find it in a pond, so like normal water. I love him and had him on my team. Absolutely nothing against Flamingo. I just think it's a little unclear in the presentation. He kicks ass because fighting type. But like Bombard, it is subtle. He is shaped like a silly glove? What the hell are you talking about? Flamigo. No, don't show me Flamingo. Show me Flamigo. I mean, what? It's just like a bird with like a knot tied in its neck. This is just a bird. Bombardier could have used this. I think personally, with the name Bombardier and what they were going for, they should have given more ruffles around the neck to look more like an aviator's jacket. And they should have given Bombardier goggles. They should have given him like goggles up above the eyes, because they're not afraid to give Pokemon items and stuff. You know, lots of Pokemon just have things they hold. So they should have given Bombardier goggles above the eyes, darker ruffles, like darker feather ruffle around the collar to look like a bomber jacket. Goggles like Crocodile's glasses or Flygon's thing. Yeah, like it should have been. I feel like there's something they could have done, and then it would have like tied into like Dragapult with like a stealth bomber kind of aesthetic. Flamigo, to get the point across that it's fighting, I feel like the color palette is really what kills Flamigo. Because there's not a lot going on with Flamigo's palette. They could have... They could have given Flamigo, like, beefier legs and then put, like weighted anklets. You know, like Lee from Naruto with the weighted anklets? The big fuck off, like, weighted cuffs. Put those on Flamigo. So I'm gonna... Hey, Wookie, welcome back. It is going fine. We were talking about the problems with some Gen 9 designs, at least in my opinion. No, it's just a flamingo, and I think that's perfect, but it's not interesting. Like, it's a funny design, but I don't think Flamigo is that interesting to look at. Like, I guess those are based on physical features of speckled caiman dragonflies, but, like, birds often do crazy waddles, etc. around the eyes. Australian plovers, weird mask thing. It is to me, I love flamingos. I don't care about stats. Its stats are lol. Competitive Pokemon's for weirdos. I just like looking at them. Give me a Pokemon Zoo simulator. That would be fucking incredible. A Pokemon Zoo creator where you just have like enclosures of your favorite Pokemon? That'd be awesome. But yeah, we're just gaining some levels. We have an all ghost team. So we're trying to gain some levels before going after the psychic gem. But yeah, I just don't like a lot, like in the Pokemon Ranch, but more involved. Yeah. But like the gimmick of the game, the time paradox Pokemon are boring. Like the Scarlet ones, I guess, are more interesting than the Violet ones, but the Violet ones are garbage. Just making them all robots, who cares? Oh, but they gave the Hariyama one like hover fists like Rayman. Okay. He's still a dumb robot. And the new one that they put out, where it's like a robot version of Viserion. It's like, who cares? I think the robot ones are boring, so like I like the Delibird one Tyranitar because dude Tyranitar fucks. The Virizion one is lame. So lame. Hey look, mid-sized sedan is evolving. Mid-sized sedan is now full-size sedan. We're increasing the size of our sedan. This is now a hatchback. I hear a Gimme Ghoul coin somewhere. Gimme Ghoul is an interesting one. Gimme Ghoul and Golden Go, I think, are interesting because it's easy to tell that they're Steel type, but not easy to tell that they're Ghost type. Like, as somebody who loves Ghost type, I was eating so well with this gen, but so many of them were just either like on the nose or like really unreadable. The Flamigo has the same base stats as Gengar and Scyther. The hell is a hatchback? Is it a car for eggs? A hatchback is where, how do I explain this? It's just like a type of trunk that like a lot of bigger like SUVs have. It's just the way that the trunk opens. It's just called a hatchback. It's a car with a big boot, yeah. Dachshund is a fairy type. Poison steel. Okay. You don't have any of those. This is fine. I like my idea better. I don't care about cars. Sorry. All good. Oh yeah, I also fucking hate the dog. Like, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I don't like Fido. Dachshund is like a little bit better. No, the ghost dog is beautiful. I mean like this one that I'm this one, this ghost or this dog. I didn't care for either. Fido is kind of boring. It feels Fido is the most like on the nose pun in my opinion. That it feels specifically designed for translators, right? Like it doesn't feel like a concept that was like kind of cooked up on its own. It was just kind of like, hey, this will make the Western audience go nuts. I love Shiny Lechonk with a fly. I have Shiny Lechonk with a flying Terra called Miss Piggy. I think it's fine. It's fine. It's not spectacular. It's easy to tell that it's a fairy type at least. But Shiny Lechonk is pink. Oh, that's fun. You should get a Shiny Lechonk with the fighting Terra type because Miss Piggy knows karate. What? What? Baton Pass? My brother in Christ, you are alone. My brother in Christ, what was Baton Pass for? The most disturbing part is how they keep talking about its soft, stretchy skin. Delicious, moist skin. I was thinking the pun when pigs fly. That's fair. That's also very good. And its yeasty breath. The malleable skin and yeasty breath of the Fido. Imagine having dog breath. Oh, having a dog breathe on your pastries. Truly a delicacy among poke fans. Skill swap. User employs psychic power to change abilities. What are some other Pokemon from this generation that I think are hot garbage? Espratha, but I think we talked about this one. I think we talked about why my issues with the Sia ostrich. Imagine if Magmar had a cold. Imagine if Magmar had a cold and being the mouse family. Okay, but the name Mousehold is really funny. But I mean, like, I couldn't even tell you what type that is. It's just paper. It's just like a little. It's just they're just like little dudes. The Dunsparce. Are they just normal? The Dunsparce is a king. Mousehold is fine, I guess. The names are clever. I like Tandem Mouse and Mousehold. No sun? What? Wants to learn the move Screech. What does Screech do? Ear splitting Screech? No, I don't care about that. We have headphones, and I want to get a drink. All good. I guess we're fighting the dog. Dunsparce is good. Its Evo is a dick. Wired headphones. So I want to hear. Yeah, all good. I've always had a weird spot in my brain for Dunsparce because I've never known what it was supposed to be. Like the earliest sprites of Dunsparce, I was just kind of like, yeah, it's that. Just kind of like, oh, that is there. I really like Scovillain and Capsicid though. Like the grass fire type. I think that's very fun. And I like Scovillain a lot. Scovillain! Chansey. Lycanroc. Oh look, this thing. I hate this fucking Lady Gaga ass ostrich so much. I feel they did it dirty with the Evo with an extra segment. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, kill Espathra. Fuck Espathra. Little is lame as hell. Espathra lame as hell. I like Tatsugiri. I like the funny little false dragon. I think Tatsugiri is very fun. Bellybolt is great for raids. Again, when I think about Pokemon design, I'm thinking more so like, again, I don't do competitive Pokemon all that much. I'm a very casual player. but I think the type the typing of a Pokemon, whether it's a single type or a dual type, should be very legible in its design. Bellybolt is great, I think, in terms of design. You know, it's got the funny thing like Wobbuffet where it's like, oh, that's not the real face, those aren't the real eyes, you know. I think Bellybolt is a very silly design, and I think it's very legible in its typing. You know, it doesn't quite have the issues that like Flamigo, Bombardier, um top 3 mons in this gen alone. I think the silly design works for it. Yeah, no, I like Bellybolt. I think I like its pre-evolution more. Just a little the funny little light bulb. I think the funny little light bulb tadpole is really fun. I like that. The Joker 2019 wants to learn the move Dark Pulse. Let me look at it. Yes, 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 yes. What should we get rid of for Dark Pulse? It looks like Payback is garbage. I want to keep Gunk. Oh my god. Please get rid of Payback. Okay. Alright, Payback is gone, I guess. No, keep that one? Wait. Or get rid of the other one? What? Thank you, the Joker 2019 will appreciate it. I'm messing with you. Okay, I was about to say it's like, well, I mean, Payback is gone. Payback seemed to be the consensus, but oh look. Another stupid fucking ostrich to kill. They made the neck like perfect for ringing. Like I could just grab Espath around the neck and just strangle her. You can relearn moves very easy in this game. That's what I've heard. I just learned today. I just learned about 45 minutes ago that I could change the nicknames of my Pokemon just in the menu. Really like shiny Espathra. Something about the normal color palette puts me off. Hang on. To Google. Shiny Espathra. I mean, that's a much more manageable color palette. Like, that's not as... That's better, I guess. If they traded, you can change it once someone else hasn't. Look up Shiny Bellybolt. Shiny Bellybolt. Oh, that's a friend. Oh, wait, I love that. That, like, Dayglow yellow? What about Tadbulb? Because that's like Tadbulbs, but colors. Oh, did they just swap the colors? Or, no, wait, what? The shinies in this generation are super hit and miss. Either barely change or change extravagantly. Oh, it looks like shiny Tadbulb just has like a red bottom, but like that's it, I guess. Interesting. I'm just gonna take a second. Pokemon Scarlet Violet new Pokemon. How many of these do I hate? Mousehold Shiny changes its vest color. Yeah, I do know that. It changes the vest and the pants. So let's just real quick go through. The pale blue to pale pink. Sprigatito, Florgato, and Meowscarada. I hate the choice to make it bipedal. It just turns it into bipedal furry bait. I think it is legible as a grass dark type. I think Skeledirge is probably the best of the starters in this game. Is it legible as a fire ghost type? It definitely has the skull aesthetic. I think that's fine. Um, Qu- Quaquaval as water fighting is an interesting choice. I think how small that thing is. I think the Jester vibe is fun. Lechonk and Oink Cologne is normal. Sure, that's fine. Personally, I think Spydops as just bug type is a lame choice. Looking at it as like a spy, as like a kind of a ninja theme or whatever, I think Spydops should have been dark or maybe fighting because it definitely has that stance. Should have been more than just bug. Nimble and low kicks are lame as hell. Bug Dark is an interesting choice when it definitely looks like they're probably made out of steel. I think they should have been a steel type. Um, Palmy's lame as hell, but all of the Pikachu ripoffs tend to be like really hit and miss. I don't like Palmy. Pommet is a bitch to evolve and like doesn't look nearly different enough from Pomo to matter. I would have said fighting for Nimble and low kicks. Yeah, I can see that. It just feels like the designs are so not that the designs are so complicated, but it's like it could be one of a million things. Like if you told me Nimble and low kicks are steel fighting, I would absolutely believe you, but it's neither of those. Which for low kicks, yeah. Yeah, I definitely make low kicks fighting. Um yeah, Palmet as electric fighting, that's fine, I guess. They make it bipedal and ready to throw hands. They remind me of Switchblades, which I think kind of fits the dark type. I guess. I also think that's kind of a stretch to justify the dark typing when there's a couple different typings that would make more sense just for that look. If you wanted to make it dark type, but keep kind of the cricket look, it kind of has this grasshoppery cricket look. If you wanted to make it dark with that aesthetic, I mean, in all honesty, this didn't even need to be a Pokemon. They could have done a like regional variant of Cricketune, Chatot and or not Chatot, Cricketot and Cricketune. If they wanted to do Bug Dark based on like a grasshopper. Uh, Tandemaus and Mousehold, family of three, family of four. Yeah, just normal type. That's fine. I maybe would have made them like normal fairy, just because they're very cutesy, and a lot of the cuter designs, like the next one, Fido and Dachspoon, just as fairy. Really, Fido and Dachspoon are just fairy. I guess. Not blown away. Smoliv is very cute. I like Smoliv. I think this whole line is actually pretty good. Surprisingly, I'm actually a big fan of the Smoliv line. I think Arboliva is very fun. It's like the olive tree. Big fan of that. Squawkabilly is lame as fuck. I hate Squawkabilly. Why are there four different colors for Squawkabilly? Knackley. Oh boy, Knackley. Funny Minecraft. Garganackle is Garganackle is broken, but it's like just rock. Yeah, I guess just rock is fine. Little boring. I think the idea is fun, and I think each of the evolutions are different enough to matter, like Knackley to Knacklestack and Knacklestack to Garganackle. It's move so. Oh, yo, Salt Cure is a really good move. I love Salt Cure. I think lately I like Pokemon that look like other Pokemon more than I used to. I think it gives the world a level of consistency where you can kind of see evolutionary family slash pathways. While you have regional variants and stuff, it's cool for me to see the point where it breaks off, becomes something else. Y'all saying you like the was it Wiglet? The Diglett that isn't Diglett, Wiglet and like Wug Trio? Y'all like Wug Trio? Yeah, like Diglett and Wiglet. I think Wug Trio is a fun design. Wiglet on its own, eh. I like Wug Trio though. I can live with without convergent Pokemon. Yeah, that's fair. I just think that making both convergent Pokemon and regional variants is not tone deaf, but I think that's splitting hairs after a certain point. Like you could have just had a regional Diglett that looks like Wiglet and Wug Trio, and that would have been fine. Nobody would have been upset. But introducing the idea of convergent Pokemon, I feel like is now splitting hairs too much in terms of like quote unquote reusing Pokemon ideas. Because I remember when regional variants were first introduced with Alola, yeah, and people were like, "Oh, that's just silly. That's we got lots of new cool Pokemon with that generation, and just a couple of silly Pokemon." And then like it kind of started staying as a thing, and then when we got all these different versions of Meowth, I remember people were really fucking tired of all these different Meowths. Uh, I think yeah, it's giving a definition to where it's like this is the entirely different habitat for this Pokemon, or like this looks like Diglett, but Diglett is a mammal and this is an eel. Tentacle is a jellyfish, but this is a mushroom. Yeah, that's a better one. I like Tentacle versus Toad School. Toad School's so silly. Toad School's running animation is so silly. Okay, back to these Pokemon. Charcadet, Armarouge, and Celoredge. I feel like this is fulfilling. There's always very clearly some Pokemon that were set up to be traded. Like Passimian and Oranguru. Those were Pokemon specifically designed to be opposite of each other, specifically designed to be traded between Sun and Moon. Passimian and Oranguru do nothing more than just fill a slot of, hey, these need to be traded if you want to complete the Pokedex. Armarouge and Celoredge are interesting because, technically speaking, you never have to trade to get. Or no, you do, but you never have to. Charcadet is in both games, but its evolution, the only way to evolve it is with a special NPC. It's kind of a fun cartoon version of something that happens in real life with real animals. Silly running mushroom. I'm trying to remember. There's something in particular that Toad School's running animation reminded me of, and I can't remember. But just like looking at like Charcadet as just a fire type, yeah, sure. Maybe Fire Steel because it's in like a set of armor. Armarouge as Fire Psychic, I don't get that. I don't get Psychic type from Armarouge. I would have done Psychic, or I would have done Fire Fighting, Fire Steel. But no, there's nothing in Armarouge's design that screams Psychic to me, which is a shame. I feel like they could have done something really cool in diverging Charcadets to evolutions. Because it's like super armored and then super offensive. God, I want to like Armarouge, but I hate the colors. Well, see that piercing yellow? I think the yellow is fine. It could definitely be more annoying. It could definitely be like overly saturated. At least from the picture I'm looking at, it's not overly saturated. It's not that it's yellow, but that it looks like plastic. Yeah. Yeah, both of them, Armarouge and Ceruledge both kind of have a toy aesthetic. Which, I mean, it's a look. I don't know. I feel like there's always a fine line to walk with humanoid Pokemon. Like every generation is gonna have some weird humanoid Pokemon that you're gonna have to make peace with. Armor Rouge they could have done better with. Um, Sarah Ledge, just because it's Fire Ghost, and like I think it's very legibly Fire Ghost. I think Chandelure is a better design for Fire Ghost, but it's fine. I just prefer the color distribution of Sarah Ledge, where Armor is just a big block of super plasticky yellow in the middle. Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. At least there's like gradients of blue and purple across all of Sarah Ledge, and then like the sword tips are pink or kind of this magenta, and then the top of its flame is this magenta. I don't know. I like the design just as a fire psychic type. I don't think I can get behind Armor Rouge. Tadbolt and Bellybolt, or Tadbulb and Bellybolt as electric types. Could have been dual types, some things. Shiny versions of both of them are really sad. Alright, here we go. Shiny. Shiny Armarouge and Ceruledge. Was hey we lord, welcome to chat. We are just talking about the designs for Gen 9 and what we like and dislike about the designs for Gen 9. Wait, that's what the shinies look like for Armor Rouge and Ceruledge? That's lame as hell. That's super lame. What the fuck? Ceruledge looks no different. One shiny I like, Miradon. Shame it can't be unlocked though. Um, Wattrel and Kilowattrel. Normally the bird, like the generic bird of a gen, doesn't really do anything for me. I think Wattrel's fine. I really like Kilowattrel. Mastiff and Mabostiff, fine. As a dark type, interesting. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty legible. This whole I like Kilowattrel's frigate bird electric thing. Yeah. So to catch up, Weedlord, we're just kind of talking about at least my issue with a lot of the newer Pokemon is their illegibility. Like the example that I gave was that looking at Flamigo, it's hard to tell that Flamigo is or fighting type. Looking at Bombardier, it's hard to tell that Bombardier is a dark type. That kind of. That's my issue with a lot of the new Pokemon. I feel like a lot of designs are more interesting when they're moving and have features like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. Shroodle and Grafii. Poison? Yeah, those are poison. Maybe poison dark, not poison normal, but poison normal is fine. They've got the lighter colors in the palette. Bramblin and Bramblegast. If it wasn't called Bramblegast, then I probably wouldn't know that it's a ghost type. Because, like, Bramblin, if you just made a tumbleweed Pokemon, first of all, there's not a whole lot going on with Bramblin. Bramblegast is a little bit better. But, like, just looking at Bramblin as a tumbleweed Pokemon, like, yeah, it's grass, but, like, maybe grass ground is what I would guess. I'm really happy that it's grass ghost. I love ghost types, as you can see by my party. But, yeah, no. Bramblin has such a cute cry. I love making Bramblins cry. They're so cute. Um, yeah, Bramblin's fine. Again, I wouldn't have guessed that it's a ghost type, but Brambleghast is a little bit better. Toedscool and Toedscruel, ground grass, very good. No notes. Ah, since it's a since it's a mushroom, I maybe would have said ground poison. But then again, all of the mushroom Pokemon tend to be poison types, so I guess ground grass is fine. Cloth can fuck off. Capsicid is grass, that's fine. Skullvillain, grass fire. fucking nailed it. Scovillain is one of the best designs in this generation. Relor, Bug, sure. Relor is a choice. Rabska as Bug Psychic, that's good. I think the design's a little funky, but I get it. I know exactly what they're going for here with the Psychic Scarab thing. That's pretty legible. Bug Psychic, I get it. Flittle and Espathra. It feels like there's a middle evolution missing. It's really I'm Flittle is whatever. It really doesn't matter to me. Espathra bothers me. Who let Espathra cut her own bangs? Tinkatink, Tinkatuff, and Tinkaton. Fairy Steel, that's fair. I really like Tinkaton. That is a very good line. I think it's very clear in the Fairy Steel typing. Wiglet and Wug Trio as just water, meh. I maybe would have done water ground or water rock, given that they're always within something. Bombardier Flying Dark, we talked about this. Maybe give Bombardier goggles, some more ruffles, some more plumage around the collar for a more of a bomber jacket look. Really like nail that point home so it's not just a bird, some form of stork or what have you. Finizen is fine. It's just a dolphin. Like it's water sight. It's just water. I maybe would have made it water fairy, just because it's really cutesy. You know, it's got like the really shiny eyes and stuff. Um, and I feel like the water going into Palafin. First of all, the difference between Finizen and Palafin is almost non-existent. It's really just for the hero form of Palafin, which I think is interesting. That whole concept is interesting, that it can only go into its quote-unquote evolved form from, like, starting battle, going away, and then coming back. That's really weird to me. But, I mean, like, if you did a water fairy thing, you could have done, like, a magical girl transformation aesthetic for Palafin, you know? Because there's lots of like magical girl animes where it's just like, oh, like the superhero thing where it's just like, oh, let me go transform real quick. So like they hide and then come back. I don't know. They could have done, because Pokemon likes to do the gendered thing, they could have done like a gendered form for Palafin where it's like water fighting for the male form and it's the Superman, the generic, superhero big brawny. They could have done water fairy for the female one, and it is the magical girl transformations. I don't know. That's just a thought. Varoom and Revaroom. I know these were designed by oh, who's that Fire Emblem character designer? Yusuke Kozuki. Yeah, I got to meet him recently. Cool guy. But yeah, I know Yusuke Kozuki designed Varoom and Revaroom, and yeah, they're fine. Steel Poison, I get it. I think having car Pokemon is weird. Not sure how I want to imagine a magical girl dolphin. Well, I didn't want to imagine a superhero, like a buff macho superhero dolphin, but yet here we are. Yeah, I know Yusuke Kozuki designed Varoom and Revaroom. Car Pokemon is a weird idea, but we also have Cyclizar, which I think is a very good design. I like Cyclizar. Um, Dragon Normal, yeah, I like that. It's Cyclizar fulfills a very particular purpose in the game of being like the base of the two uh legendaries. That's cool. That's fine. Orthworm as just a steel one, I would have done steel ground or something. It feels very much like it. Orthworm, I think, is a very fun design, but it feels like a dopey version of Onyx. It kind of has like a subway aesthetic going on. Like it kind of looks like a subway tram mixed with a worm. Earth Eater is a terrible fucking ability. I hate. I think it's not Steel Ground because of its immunity to ground, like Earth Eater thing, its ability. Oh yeah, no, I hate Earth Eater. I have fought many Orthworms and have forgotten that Earth Eater is a thing. Then if it's not gonna, it's still a worm. It could have been like steel bug. There's just so many designs in this game that I feel like, and I think it comes down to the people they got to design the Pokemon, that there's a lot of Pokemon that lend themselves to be steel types or fighting types or fairy types. Like there's particular motifs or color palettes that keep being used. And I think that's kind of on me for, uh, just having in my head of like, oh, this one is shiny and silver, so it has to be a steel type, you know? But I digress. Glimmet and Glimora. What the fuck? These heartless ass looking rock flowers? They're rock poison. I think they're very shape based this generation. Not that Pokemon haven't been, but I just noticed it. No, I love Glimora. These heartless looking ass Kingdom Hearts killing motherfuckers. I think Glimmet is cute. Glimora is fun. I like the designs. What are they? And I get that not all Pokemon need to look like things. What are they? I've heard the argument that they're like cave flowers or like rock flowers, crystal rock flowers or something. What the fuck does that mean? I think they're based on a toxic mineral. I mean, that would explain rock poison typing. Yeah, no, they're fine. Like, I am left with questions that Glamora does not answer. Grievard and Houndstone. Perfect. No notes. The fact that they like start underground and then come up, maybe Ghost Ground, but I think we had Ghost Ground with Golett and Golurk? I don't know. Very good boys. I no notes. I love their designs. I get it. They are ghost dogs with the most tragic of backstories. Flamigo, we've been over it. I don't want to repeat myself too much. Citadel and Cititan, also designed by Yusuke Kozuki. Just ice? You could do better than just ice with them. I really like Cititan. Yeah. Yeah, no, I do like these designs. I don't think I get... I like that it's just ice, though. Ice water is too obvious. No, because they're like land whales. So I was thinking more like ice rock. I like a land whale that isn't just fart ground or whatever. But again, if it wasn't for like the area where you find them, because you find them on the mountain in this game, you find them in snowy areas. Just because the whale that happens to walk. You find them in an icy area, but if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't take in that they're ice. You know, just looking at them, I would probably say normal, maybe normal fairy. But the fact that you find them on a mountain is like in the snow is what makes you say, "Oh yeah, they're ice type." Vault and Veluza, they're I guess because it has pink fins, you could say Veluza psychic, but context is important for these things though. But I just mean like in a vacuum, if I'm fighting a random trainer in these games, the sound it makes, etc. If I'm fighting a random trainer and it just throws one of these things out, instead of opening up a chart to, a Pokemon type chart or opening up the wiki to see what type it is, I don't see it being normal fairy outside of just basing that on color. That's fair, but also Pokemon has tied typing to color a lot throughout its generation. Lots of poison types and ghost types tend to be purple. Lots of fire types tend to be red. Ground types tend to be browns and tans. Lots of fairy types are pink. you know. Not to say that like, oh, Flamigo should be um Psychic and Fairy both are kind of tied to the color pink. You know, not the end all be all, but like Jinx is ice type? What the fuck are you talking about? There's a lot of Pokemon that buck that trying to color equal typing, and honestly, I feel like the design philosophy is very... I'm not saying that they should adhere to that design philosophy. I'm saying that they have set a precedent. And yes, there are Pokemon that break that mold. You know, it's not, you know, like, let me, Grievard, I guess. You know, it has the little purple flame, but it's white. It's white and kind of a bluish, but that doesn't mean it's normal. You know? Orthworm is a bug, but that doesn't make it a bug type. But that's also kind of my problem. Orthworm is a bug. Orthworm's just a little worm. Just a little guy. I think a part of having Pokemon that don't read as their typing is a design of trial and error. Do you mean design of trial and error as in like the player has to do trial and error to figure out how to fight this Pokemon? Or trial and error in the design of the Pokemon? The first one? My issue with that is that these games are for children. And children are going to get very frustrated very quick when they keep fighting a thing and they don't know why they're losing.